It is a yeah, what you who do because of the right I am my. Now, some very people know what they were this like your economy. Now, I'm now Moyano, if you are more Moyano, man, I will be one who puts in food. No, we can't say, I'm sorry, man. Sorry, that's what I did here. What do I say? I did go in Nimina. Why not the ocean? Why not the ocean? But he said, his ways are not your ways. His ways, they are not your ways. Neither his thoughts your thoughts. It's not all can be now. What say? Jesus who will enter. The moment I say, but the moment yes, family. What does happen? Or what now they will say, your thoughts and your ways don't matter again. So we need to teach the believer now. Say the moment I would do my yes no, and ye only pen a belly you are brother. So now it's like you are losing yourself for God to reign. Are you ready to lose it? So you want to have yourself keep it and still claim say, I love God. And only a friend and membership. And yes, citizenship. Because membership, you move out with 2 cards literally. As citizenship, they want to put me in the ship. They say, I got that you here. Or yet, don't come and find that. Or call China, or call China citizenship, or yet, they are going to. Want to miss it, or call out better. But I say, come on, I'll join you before I want to card, not train out obey. So we need to be citizens of heaven and not members. The entire feel. It's because you are a member. When you become a citizen, what is and the real benefit of Nipano was citizenship and membership. There are things that naturally apply to you. On the first book of the business, our first question is who will be a Ghanaian and no matter what you have or what you don't have, when you are a Ghanaian, but we will be no, I get it. It's a way. There are things that are only kept for citizen members, citizen for, not members. So we need to get to the point that yeah, can you want to me can't message me, but I don't want to come home with. Because the anti-way now has you make be wow. I'm trying to talk about the growth of the believer. But for you to understand the importance of the growth of the believer, you need to know the stages and see why you need to grow. Else you will hear all of it as annual media. One of them be here. You may be a small say, so you must get to a point, you must be able to stand on your own and fight. That is the young man's stage. The day they are not so much, they bet you say, hey, don't see a baby. But when you're able to now fight it, then you are a young man. But men tell a young man's stage also. Because you can fight the corruptions of the world, make it to heaven, but he doesn't know you. So one of the things that makes it very, very important for the mature stage is that they know the burdens of the body. So when Jesus every day you money or smart open on this man, I will man you, the Great Commission. Go into all nations. If you have been saved for I don't know how many years, and you are not going to also bring members to the kingdom, Jesus, that investment now, so you must mature to be able to get to the point where you will go and begin to speak to people about the Jesus you have. Niente ultimamente obianka Yesu asem ne se obra na wo bono me pakro ne che ya eni Yesu na wo ka no masem na enfa. Na my wife came to say the reason why we don't want to go and talk to people about Christ, they say we want to live a careless life, we are okay. Because the moment who start say, oh yes, I am, it becomes a challenge on you. Who break your mind now? What make us to be said, your mind? I bet I will break your mind. Won't me? The devil will remind you, hey, Raja. So you see, I said that children are selfish. Young men only think about how they can help themselves, but the mature ones are thinking for the kingdom. That is why they go out to win souls. So what the devil is doing is that from the time I will hear baby now we hear young man or people kill with baby. Now why you mature it cannot become part of your message. Because what I did 1 year I will see no want me because that become myself. But something the nickname here, the accuser of the brethren. It's your back. It's the officer saying, oh yeah, who lose life is my life. And you know what? The achievement I already page out. So part of Obrana boy na one body here. Nyame ampatapa and deliver wachia. You are born again, but you cannot enter that side of message now. But can't you be? But what if say woman ministry is hand of no one? You will not fulfill your ministry. So you will force to become what God has not called you to be. Until they are afraid say, preaching man obiakumanyen and she say no na konkura brabo. But answer na oba be do mature stage no. Now do life nature. So it is important say the best you mu here na obrani now. So Bible said, bear your yoke in your youth. Because of one woman and your piano feed you. Or one woman who are one dear, who bet me day I hear the amount. That is the time I was saying we hear to my team. And the youth was getting a longer and a wapa. Because when the time I say who did you know? Who bet me in the idea 6 days. How long I said, over starting I am break a gram. That's the probability. How long one? If you want to stay here, you cannot do anything profitable. So when we are talking about the fathers and the elders and the leaders, I look at somebody like Samuel. He will need to, feel. But all that time, he couldn't really do anything because he started as a young man, a child. But he got to a point, Bible said, in the days of Samuel, the hand of the Lord was perpetually against the Philistines, that none of them could have access to them in the days of Samuel. Because Samuel grew from a little baby, he became a young man, and then he became an elder. When you become an elder, you become a custodian to the oracles of God. When you become an elder, you become a co-ruler with God. You must grow. As long as Samuel is alive, Philistine forget it. He said, talking about Samuel, the Bible didn't say that. But the Bible didn't say that God defeated the Philistines, or say in the days of Samuel. So it was because of Samuel that the hand of the Lord was against the Philistines. What is he saying about you? We are looking like men like Elijah, who have power over nature. One of the advantages of being an elder or maturing is that God gives you power over nature. So Elijah could get to a point now, or then the clock and now position him and will be. He has power over fire. He could call fire from heaven. Because at that time, nature even hears your voice. Nature hears your voice. Because Jesus moved from a little child to a young man and he was matured, he could send one of his disciples and said, go to the sea. I have spoken to a particular fish. That fish, may the sea catch in the room. Out of the millions of fish, me will nickname be a friend, some particular one, the one they be. The fish behind the baby. Fish don't do a woman or friend, but who pen the baby or the past catch in the room. Because he got to the mature stage. Maturity, power over nature. So you see that somebody like Joshua grew from a young man and became an elder because of the two in your many. He served Moses. So young people, one of the ways that you can be indoctrinated into that leadership position is service. He was a military man. Joshua was a military man. No, the Moses, but he got to a point. God said that because of the service. So we need to grow. We need to grow. That's not that. So we are shortchanging a more kingdom. A more kingdom. Because there was a time David, who was the warrior, and I just mentioned the mighty men of David. I mentioned Eliezer. I mentioned Benaniah. They were people that could kill hundreds and thousands of people. No more names because they had power. But there was a time when Saul was looking for David, and David had to run and go to a man who is not a warrior, because Samuel was an elder. Samuel was an elder. He gathered these people and they were prophesying, and they could create an atmosphere. You don't see the war, but there is a war. When you mistake now, I'm talking about elders. So there are places and territories they are waiting for us to mature. One of the advantages of being an elder is that you become a custodian of the territory. I was saying they show about the territory be and it is working very well in the demonic kingdom, because until Philip was Samaria, that Simon the sorcerer was the custodian of Samaria. Bible said he has bewitched them from the greatest to the lowest. One man shut down the whole town with witchcraft. But then there was a man whom the church did not even see fit to give a cloak. The church did not see fit to give him a cloak. They didn't see it fit to give him a castle. The only thing they did for him is that but that was an elder, because in the physical you don't have to demonstrate anything for anybody to see. But when they x-ray you in the spirit, they know where you stand. So God can send Philip into Samaria, and when he enters the place, he will shut down darkness. One man who was not preaching, who was not a bishop, who is not an apostle, only a sorry baby, no check. One man, because he was an elder, so he could take a whole city. Even our family ground, we don't even control it. We don't. Why is it that we are still in our family and the devil is having an upper hand? Why? Why? There is a problem. We need to grow. And if you must grow, you must eat. But the fact that you must eat does not mean that any kind of food will help you. Selective eating. It's why we have a balanced diet. But maybe to me, did you know? Because when you be wrong. So we need to be very careful. And I was thinking, I want to say, another gospel. So you need to be very careful. So Paul wrote a lot of letters to people to know one. But see, be careful. But see, you know what? And how there are some arguments I'll say, don't involve yourself, because at the end of the day, the result is that it will not add to your faith. Because there are people that the devil will send your way as distraction. They will only come there to do things that will take you away from growing and maturing to become an elder. So you can live your life and you will never affect the kingdom of God, because you never became an elder. Until you become a mature person, you will not go and take territories. Because the Bible said, go into all nations. And the people that can take territories are the mature ones. The reason why you can't go and preach to people is because you are not maturing. You are not maturing. So now that you've seen why you need to grow, let me now tell you what my message is. And then we'll go and homework. Because now we're going to say, they're also very, very simple. They're about 2 Peter chapter 1. Chapter 1, I say Peter, a servant of God and an apostle as assigned by Jesus. Elder Cherry, or Cherry said, "Oh, yeah, oh, yeah, oh, yeah, message. There will be 3 points. For Siana point in 3. It's an association style in the number. Inti, as I'm you will be a friend of the source, the sending, and the scope. There are 3 points. Go check 2 Peter chapter 1 now. There was a source, there was a sending, and there was a scope. The source, and I cannot. Peter was first a servant. I don't know. Peter was first a servant before he became an apostle. But you want to be an apostle, but you don't want to be a servant. Because if you skip the source and you go for the sending, wait, there must be a source and there will be a sending. There is no way a branch will bear fruits unless it is connected to the vine. Your source is the vine. It's one butter vine and one to mean to one more. Where you will go and how you will go depends on what you are.